A pleasure, it's me all at last, and welcome back to the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0. And here, we're going to talk a bit about how I feel personally about battery life going down on my new camera. As you probably know by now, I bought a brand new Canon PowerShot G7 Mark III last summer. And it's basically the most expensive camera that I've ever paid for, and it probably will be for a while, up until the point where I eventually go up and get an even better camera. Perhaps a DSLR, by any means. One of those that could cost well over $1,000, but until anything like that does happen, I could sure tell you, this will pretty much just be my main camera for a while. I would say that the video quality could use a little bit of an upgrade. Maybe swap a lens with something that could enhance the picture quality and maybe the coloring, because I can't quite get it to be very cooperative at the moment. Probably the biggest concern though with this is the battery life. This does take nice little lithium ion battery cubes, of which that I insert through the bottom of the camera alongside the SD card, which is 128 gigabytes on this model, for me at least. I really do feel that higher battery life could equal more time spent with doing all of my work, and I'm sure that a lot of you would personally agree with me on this. It just gets a bit frustrating having to wait hours at a time, getting that stuff recharged, getting it ready to go, and getting the camera prepped and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, the battery's dead. Man, even when not in use, it seems that with temperature changes, battery life just dwindles down. I really do feel that somehow there could be a better battery out there that could probably last even longer than, let's say, 60, 75 minutes at a time. But can I find anything like that? I suppose not. There just isn't a whole lot of options out there, apart from some third-party manufacturers out there. Official Canon batteries don't seem very easy to come by. And this could probably be a problem down the line, and I'm not necessarily sure if I'm supposed to do anything about it or whatnot. But why exactly would it matter? I suppose there's a lot of reasoning for this. But maybe the biggest issue with me here in terms of battery life is just having the unpredictability out there. Wondering exactly how in the world is my battery going to last such a while. There probably will be a lot of projects down the line that might require long shots. Shots that could probably last for 10, 20 minutes at a time. As a matter of fact, I have done this sort of stuff before. Like if you remember when I did a silent hour challenge in 2019. But I do feel that apart from that, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of other reasonings for this. There just needs to be some better battery life in this. That's probably the one thing I would expect to have with such a good camera and such a huge investment worth money. Over $850 worth just for the camera, the batteries, a charging pack, not to mention an extra $65 for the tripod. So all in all, in total, it would probably cost upwards of nearly $900 just for all this. On top of that, there was also the neoprene case that I would have to have with a lot of stuff that I own at this point. It's not just the camera I have to keep protected, it's also with my other devices, laptop, phone, tablet, and I'm sure that somehow there could be a case meant for televisions, but I don't need to buy something that huge or that expensive. TVs themselves are not cheap anymore. But I do feel maybe there are solutions out there, at least workaround stuff that I could probably look into. And maybe someday they might be effective, even more than this. But until that happens, there just doesn't seem to be much of a way, much of a choice, or much of anything. So that pretty much just concludes this segment in the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0, but Do be sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side if you'd like to see more.